A few of Bigfoot's native origins. Native American tribes across the continent generally have a similar belief of Sasquatch or a Sasquatch-like being. These creatures all go by different names with respect to differing tribes and customs. Traditionally, native tribes in the Rockies and northwestern United States view Bigfoot as a physical being. No different than a human or another animal. However, their respect for animals as wise elder brothers gives them an overwhelming respect for Bigfoot as well, seeing the creature not as a conquest or something to fear, but as a guide or teacher and even an extension of themselves. Elsewhere in the United States, different natives view Bigfoot as a being that lives in between the physical and spiritual worlds. To these tribes, Bigfoot only makes his or her presence known when delivering a message to the beholder. This kind of appearance can also be a sign of a turn of events or a warning of things to come. In either case, because of the creature's closeness to its human relatives, Bigfoot is seen as a special being, and is regarded with great respect and reverence. Often, native elders view Bigfoot as having greater powers than mankind because the creature lives in the space between animal and human consciousness. Its presence brings blessings, and is generally welcomed. From Traditional Attitudes Toward Bigfoot in Many North American Cultures, by Gail Hypine. Also the Cherokee Tsul'kalu'. The Tsul'kalu' goes by many different names in modern times due to translations or due to it picking up different nicknames over time. In English, Tsul'kalu' translates to slanted-eyed giant or sloped giant, or known by its common name the Cherokee Devil. In Cherokee folklore, the Tsul'kalu' is known as one of the greatest hunters in the forest, but, in more modern times, the creature is said to have mind-controlling abilities, and if you make eye contact it is quite possible you will never be the same ever again, or in some severe cases, you may never be heard from again. Now the Cherokee Devil does showcase characteristics showcased by other tribes, which is the ability to become invisible and or have some kind of magic powers. If you read the folklore, it will explain that the Cherokee Devil is not seen or is not visible due to lack of trust and a broken deal between himself and surrounding tribe members. The Kentucky Wildman. Kentucky is known for Bigfoot sightings due to its landscape being surrounded by mountain ranges with peaks and hollers, gullies, or river channels. But Kentucky is also known for having multiple tribes of Sasquatch living throughout the state's central counties and others throughout. Such clans include the Wildman, an aggressive, powerful Bigfoot that isn't scared of human interaction, and it is also a descendant of the closely related Midnight Whistler clan. And the Midnight Whistles were have said to kick out the Wildman for exposing itself in the daylight hours when the majority of the cryptid creatures, but the Midnight Whistler itself is better suited for hunting in the darkest hours of midnight, as its name implies, due to the jet black fur and glowing green eyes adapted to hunting at night. But from my research, I could not narrow down the tribe in the region describing the Midnight Whistler or other Bigfoot in the region that is not the Yahoo. But there are some similarities in the stories. This story belongs to the Hoopa Indians. Talking about their Bigfoot Oma, the Oma was described to have had a high-pitched whistle-like howl when communicating with one another, and they lived deep in the forest, and they would protect their land from the workers by tampering with things in the dark of night when nobody was around. That seems similar to the Midnight Whistler in ways because they are nocturnal, as are most Bigfoot, and the Midnight Whistler is said to have a whistle call that resembles a locomotive or a train whistle, as well as they will protect any land that is theirs against outsiders, or even other Bigfoot clans in the area. The West Virginia Yahoo. The Yahoo is one of the native Bigfoots in West Virginia, but this clan of Bigfoot is more iconic than the others. This clan of Bigfoot actually got its name over time as the people who have lived in the region kept hearing this distinctive Yahoo-like scream/yell coming from the woods. Yahoo uses this sound as a mode of communication amongst family units within the species to identify the location or warn of danger coming forth. As stated prior, the Yahoo was seen throughout time by the Native American tribes in the region. More specifically the Shawnee Indians. The Shawnee people also referred to the Yahoo as the Yu in their Kentucky region, and the name has been interchanged since then. But the story of the Yahoo is a curious one due to the fact Daniel Boone claimed to kill one in the surrounding states of West Virginia.